Jeff Comia. Power forward number 3, Gian Abrigo. Point guard number 7, playing assistant coach Val Chauca. Davao Occidental is led by Clive Castillo. Referees for this ball game by Maynard Centeno, Reynaldo Gabriel, and Zen Manansala. Substitute referee.
Davao Occidental won a championship in Season 3, but they only returned last season. They missed a couple of seasons, and they reached the playoffs last year. And it looked like they got off to a promising start nitong season na to, but it has not panned out for them. They did come up with a fighting performance against the Pangasinan Heatwaves in that loss earlier in the week.
Well, the positives are starting to show in this turnover that they've had with Coach Clive Castillo taking the helm. Had a good fight against the Pangasinan Heatwaves. As you mentioned, they were able to get as much rebounds but were out-rebounded still on the glass. They relied a lot on the outside shot in this game, kaya hindi masyado maganda yung naging porsyento nila compared to the Pangasinan Heatwaves. It was in the fourth quarter where they really were not able to come back anymore. They got outscored 18-27, which gave them this latest defeat.
Meanwhile, let's go to Gianna Llanes.
Hindi nga makakalaro si Tricky pero minga na TH tumali para sa Davao ngayon. Ibinahagi ni Coach Clive na amidst the loss, sobrang proud siya sa kanyang kupunan last game against Pangasinan dahil na-control nila ang first half ng laro. Pero through the injuries daw, they really struggled defensively. Ito lang ang pangatlong laro ni Coach Clive bilang head coach ng Davao, kaya aminado siya na challenge siya with a short amount of time. Pero ang focus daw nila para sa laro ngayon ay pushing the pace, creative advantages, and shooting repetition for the guards, as well as screening and finishing around the rim for the bigs. In his words, I know Zamboanga has a lot of defensive coverages. They are the #1 team in the South Division for a reason, but I expect my players to compete. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Gianna. And, Coach Clive has been put in a tough spot coming in a week ago to handle this Davao team as Comia knocks down the 3. But he has really good credentials coming in. 36 years old, born and raised in London, and his roots are in Bacoor, Cavite, and is actually part of that one of the assistant coaches of the London Lions that ruled the British League this just a few this year. So maganda ang credentials, may experience din sa Europe because yung nakakalaban nila doon sa mga liga, their teams from France and other places in Europe. So ang coaching influences niya marami. So malawak itong kahit bata pa siya, ito si Coach Clive.
He really looks like a wide-eyed guy who is really wanting to put his imprint on his team.
3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances.
And ang maganda sa kanya, Sidel, he's really brave for taking on this job.
Number one.
He knows what's been happening with Davao. They have had players come in and out of the roster. That's already a major problem. But he still came in and still wanted to do his best in this job.
Yeah, I think they just finished the season. And then, Davao came calling. And he said, baka pwede kong subukan to as Kalisay knocks down the 3 para sa Zamboanga. Zamboanga finding their groove here now.
Imagine to be traveling all this way, back to the Philippines from London, to not have any assurance that you are going to keep this job.
Yeah, but again, Tagala knocks down the 3. Alam mo, minsan all you need is an opportunity, and I think Coach Clive sees this as a moment for him to grow as a coach, as a human being as well. He comes out of his comfort zone, which is being in the United Kingdom in England. So right here, if you're a basketball coach, I think this is one of the places to be right now.
For sure.
Abrigo, hard foul, and a beautiful finish from Gian Abrigo.
And the job gets a lot easier if you have players like that willing to give them their all on the floor. Gian Abrigo finishing through contact. We've talked about his athleticism here and still showcasing it after so many years in the league.
Gian Abrigo, one of the pioneers of the Quezon City team.